Welcome to the Power of Expression podcast, where you get to show up in your fullest expression, whatever that looks like, feels like, and love the journey along the way. So I am super excited and passionate about today's topic. It is all around feelings and emotions and the power and the intelligence and the wisdom of all of it. So I'm going to first read to you something that was a download to me on September 9th, 2019. So what is that, 4 years ago? Almost 4 years to the date, right? So download, just for anyone that may not know what I mean by download, it's that where you have this wisdom, this knowing that just comes out of you and you don't know where it came from. You could be in the shower, you could be in the car, you could be walking in nature, you could be just wherever. And it's just this like download of wisdom and information. So that's what that is. Okay. So this was the download, like I said, and it came to me in the evening, and I remember specifically, I was actually in bed. It was about 9 o'clock at night, and I got up and went to my computer and just started typing. And so this is what came up for me. Okay. What if we treated every feeling, emotion like we would the love of our life? What if we treated them like our best friend? What if every feeling, emotion shows up to teach us something amazing, really valuable, really beautiful? It shows up to show us how we feel about ourselves. It shows up to enrich our lives, to make it richer, better, deeper, more meaningful, more beautiful. By denying our feelings and emotions, avoiding them, running from them, we are truly denying the richness that life has to offer. By treating our feelings, every feeling, overwhelmed, anger, anxiety, depression, frustration, sadness, with love, it gives us so much in return. But if we avoid them, push them away, the feelings and emotions, they keep coming back more and more, stronger and stronger, as though saying, see me, hear me. Then when we finally say, I see you, I hear you, the feelings can relax because they've done their job. We must have feelings and emotions to experience life. We want all of life, not just the easy, good stuff. If you want to feel the depth of joy, peace, happiness, then you must feel the depth of sadness, pain, heartache. But if you're always numbing yourself to not feel the depth of sadness, pain, heartache with food, alcohol, drugs, TV, then your life will always be just numb. The more you step into your feelings and allow them to show up so they can teach you, do their job, the stronger you become, the more you grow, the more you learn, the higher your emotional maturity. Self-love is self-love no matter what shows up. Self-care is self-care, meaning you may be learning to be kinder to yourself, but what do you say to yourself when something little or stupid happens? Do you say to yourself, I'm stupid, I'm dumb? You may be conscious of the big things in life, but what about when little things happen? Someone cuts you off in traffic. You make a mistake placing an order. It is our feelings and emotions that lead us to every experience, person, situation in life. Our feelings and emotions are the most powerful thing in our life. We feel first, then the experience shows up. When I work through my feelings, really dive into them, feel them, hear them, listen to them, I always get that aha moment. And that is the most exhilarating, liberating, powerful feeling ever, because I know I've just learned a super valuable lesson that will carry me to the next level, the next step. I am always growing, always learning, and there is nothing better. So that was something that came to me, I'm going to call it my inner wisdom, about 4 years ago. Now, with that, shortly after that, I came across a woman. Her name's Susan David. And she is an award-winning Harvard psychologist. She's a #1 Wall Street Journal bestseller author. She's Thinkers 50 named top management thinkers in the world, Harvard Business Review of Management Ideas of the Year. And she had a TED Talk called Emotional Agility that had 1 million views in 1 week. So Susan David, so you can go to TED Talk, you can go to YouTube and go to YouTube and Google Emotional Agility Susan David. And she pretty much says exactly everything that I just said. And so the power of our emotions and our feelings and understanding their job, and the more we avoid and run from them, the more they show up. So I love what Susan David and all the research that she actually did. So I really felt spot on with that. Now, in terms of diving more into your feelings and emotions and what that can do for you, it is actually one of the steps of self-regulation. Self-regulation has become a very popular word in the last even just few months, but it is one of the pillars of self-regulation. There has been a meta-affective study. Meta meaning a larger understanding of the studies. Affective means affective is your emotion. Affect is emotion. And so one of the pillars, like I said, of self-regulation is Meta-Affective Awareness and Skill Set. Meta-affect refers to feelings about emotions. This includes feeling good or bad about emotions, as well as thinking about your feelings and how you feel about your feelings. How do you feel about grief? How do you feel about anger? About sadness? Do you know how you feel when you're asserting yourself? And how do you navigate all of these feelings? This includes feeling good or bad emotions, as well as thinking about your feelings and how you feel about your feelings. Notice how you feel and how you feel how you feel. Once you have this awareness and this skill set and this acknowledgement, improving how you feel is a game changer. So I know, as an example, and I'm sure everyone can relate to this, but there's times where like I will be mad at something or someone or a situation, and then I'll be mad that I'm mad, or I will feel guilty about something and I will be mad that I feel guilty about XYZ. So what Meta-Affective Awareness and Skill Set, it is how you're feeling about how you're feeling. So can you simply be in sadness and be okay with feeling sadness? Can you be in grief and be okay with just feeling the grief? And my dogs are barking, and I don't know if you can hear that. I think you probably can, but I'm going to power through and stay focused. Okay, so it is how you're feeling about how you're feeling. That is an awareness and a skill set that is needed for self-regulation. So if you can improve how you feel about being triggered, or improving how you feel about being activated when you're getting angry at someone or a situation, or you are getting triggered by a situation or a person, can you just simply be in that trigger and not triggered by the trigger, right? But also just having awareness of that. How do you feel about being overwhelmed? When you are feeling overwhelmed or stressed, do you feel bad? Do you beat yourself up? Do you have negative self-talk about being overwhelmed or being stressed? Can you be in awareness that you are feeling overwhelmed or stressed and realize that those feelings are coming up for a reason, and that it is actually an opportunity for you to dive in more because there's something there for you to learn? That is the meta-affective awareness, and then having the skill set to be able to navigate and stop the avoiding, denying, running, negative self-talk, being mad at yourself for simply having a feeling other than that quote unquote happy feelings. So step one of self-regulation, and this was my previous podcast episode, but step one is safe and transformational co-regulation. It is being in an environment, being in a community, being in connection and conversation with people that you feel safe, a safe, trusted community, a safe environment, and safe coaches, mentors, trainers that are part of this community. That is step one in the big umbrella of self-regulation. Step two is, how do you feel about how you feel? The meta-affective awareness and skill set. Now, a couple questions for the Meta-Affective Awareness Skill Set assessment is, when it comes to your next level, so wherever you are, and this is the beauty of the power of expression, this is the beauty of diving into this inner work and continuously doing the work, is that there's always another next level. There's always a next level of you. There's always a fuller expression of you. So how capable are you of detecting your feelings about the emotions? Your feelings about the emotions. Do you get taken out by triggers? Do you get overwhelmed? Do you have what it takes in your skill set and awareness to detect how you feel and be able to take appropriate action? So this is part of the awareness and the skill set, and the power of being in the right community and having the right mentor and people in your life that can guide you and support you along the way. Now, I'm sure we've heard that that feelings are not facts, but it is a fact that you feel. And so the more that you dive into this conversation and the more you improve your awareness and your skill set, the higher you increase your emotional EQ, you increase your emotional IQ. We have emotional awareness, emotional intelligence, and emotional fitness. Emotional awareness is just simply being aware of, yes, I'm a human and I have feelings. And there'll be people that I have met and people that you may know that say, oh, I don't feel anything. I'm robotic. I get things done. I don't feel anything. As long as they're human, they do have feelings. They're just not in an awareness of their feelings. So first step is that emotional awareness of, yep, I have feelings, I have emotions. And actually we have 30,000 feelings and emotions. So I'm sure you have experienced at least one of them. Emotional intelligence is being able to name what you feel. Yep, I'm in grief right now, or I'm feeling sad, or I'm stressed, or I'm overwhelmed, or I'm happy, or I'm joyful. Emotional intelligence is being able to name your feelings and emotions. And then emotional fitness is just what that is. It's a fitness. It is a lifestyle. It is one of my, I almost should get a tattoo. One of my sayings is there's no such thing as one and done. Having this conversation and doing this work, it is not about, oh yeah, I've heard of that, or oh yeah, I already know that. If you are continuously wanting to grow, there's always going to be new information. There's always going to be a new level of your fullest expression. So with the emotional fitness, it is an ongoing, every day becomes a part of you. Having a physical fitness analogy is something that always, everyone always easily relates to this and understands this. And that is, whether you're training for a marathon or you're just wanting to get a six-pack, you're wanting to get into shape, you do not think or expect that you're going to go to the gym one time or 1 week or for 1 year and get that dream body, that dream look, get that six-pack, your personal best in running. You're not going to just expect to go to the gym one time or study for one time, or study for 3 months and then have that everything, right? You expect, when you are physically training, when you're working with the trainer, you're watching your food intake, you're watching what kind of food you eat, plenty of protein and carbs and fruits and vegetables and all of that, right? Like it is a holistic view and a holistic thing that you're doing, depending on what level that you want your physical body to be in. The emotional fitness is the same thing. It is always diving in and learning that there's always something more. If you're not growing, you're slowing. If you're not growing, you're regressing. And so that is the other part of my obsession with learning and growing, because I know that there's always a bigger, greater, fuller version of myself. So that is part of this conversation and part of this podcast. So I hope this serves you well. And I hope it is, if nothing else, it got the body and the juices flowing into thinking about something differently. I really feel like that's such a compliment. If I can bring some new awareness and then some new skill sets where you then, it's not about having all the answers. It's about, I never thought of it that way. And I'm going to dive into that more and learn more. So step 2 of the self-regulation is the Meta-Affective Awareness and Skill Set. Step 1 is being in a safe and transformational co-regulation. So if this helps you, please pass it along to someone that you love. And I really want to get this message out. And until next time, have a great day. Bye-bye.